Pisces, how are you? Let's do a reading for your current energy, shall we? As always, please take what works, say what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. And I sure appreciate each and every one of you. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out, hit that like button right there. Blink, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really makes a difference to my channel, and I would love to see my channel continue to grow. So that's how you can help me make that happen. All right, Pisces, let's see what the next 7 to 10 days looks like for you. The first card out for you is the Chariot coming in reversed, crossed by the Ten of Pentacles, also reversed. So let's see what that has to say. Now we have the Chariot card. I mean, something has gotten in the way, maybe money. Maybe there's a situation that you've been wanting to do and there's just not enough money to be able to do it. Because this is like a block, you know, and something's holding up money. And it could be, you know, it could be something in the court, something in a settlement. I just feel like, you know, something is holding up some money in your life, Pisces, this week. So, you know, this could even be, you know, a paycheck where, you know, you went back to pick up your paycheck after you quit a job or something and they don't have it ready for you. There's just something that you thought you were going to have some money and now you don't have it. But let's see what else we have coming in for you, all right, Pisces? In the recent past, we do have the Magician. He is upside down, all right? So the Magician upside down, you know, this is manipulation. Maybe you tried to make something happen, and in doing so, instead, it got hung up, you know? So, you know, I feel as if you set out to do something with this Magician energy, you know, and you were blocked. And somehow the money was blocked. Because I do have some legal issue here at the root of what's going on. And then we have a Judgment also coming in reversed. So, yeah, I feel as if a situation that you thought was going to turn out in your victory, because we do have the Victory card here, all right? So I don't think it's all is lost. I just don't think it went down the way you wanted it to go down. And now you're a little hung up because you're not getting the money that you thought you were going to get. Ooh, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. But we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. Listen, there's change happening here because above you, we have the Five of Cups, all right? So the energy of change is definitely happening within this financial aspect of your world. Because the Five of Pentacles coming in reversed, you know, this is saying that you're going to come out of this situation. You're going to come out of not having the money that you need. Maybe you didn't get the settlement that you wanted to get, you know. You didn't get everything you wanted. But I feel as if, you know, the judgment has been served. So at this point now, the only thing you can do is move forward. All right. So when you move forward with this energy of the Knight of Pentacles, it means you got to get to work. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I think you were counting on maybe, you know, being able to live off of this money for a little bit. But I think the truth is, you know, you realize that now you're going to have to just pick up the pieces and just move on. Because Knight of Pentacles says, I'm going to have to do this work. Because now what do I do? All right. You know, I don't have the money, but I need to move forward. Right. I can't. This is it. I mean, you know, you're a little depressed. I would be depressed, you know, because I think you were really counting on this. And you were really counting it for it to come through. But, you know, I'm not, the fact that we've got this Six of Wands here, all right, and we've got the Ten of Wands. I feel like, you know, the win here is that it's over, all right? This is over, all right? From here, you can only move forward, all right? And from here, look at the bright yellow that shows up in this night. So I feel like, you know, it's a way to finally bring something closure and bring to an end. Whatever the settlement was that you were going through, it's going to help you move through this. Now, I'm also feeling like there's, you know, someone around you, Pisces, and this could be you, but an older person that has been a burden of some nature. And it could be your dad. It could be somebody, you know, just an older person. I just feel as if, you know, you worry about someone, you know, and maybe, and it doesn't have to be a man. I mean, it could be anyone. But I feel as if there is an energy around someone that you are very concerned about. You know, and maybe it could be like, this could be inheritance. You know, this could be an inheritance that you were picking up from your father or from someone else, you know. But I just feel as if this heaviness, all of this is going to come to an end because this is over. All right, for whoever you are. I mean, whatever this was, you know, this money that didn't come through that you were really needing, it didn't come through, and the fight, it's almost as if the fact that it is over, you can now move on. You know, and I don't know, do you want it to be over? I have another card. You want fairness. All right, so look, this is the card that comes out, Six of Pentacles, because I just have this feeling of like, you know, yeah, judgment was served and we've got to move on. But, you know, then I got this feeling of like, but it's not over. You don't want it to be over. You want it to be fair. You wanted everything to be, you know, this is about, you know, being an even give and take here with the Six of Pentacles. And it wasn't. So something, you know, I mean, you know, so I think there's that little bit of anger that you have here. Knight of Swords, maybe with your lawyer, you know, because that could represent a lawyer. But I do feel as if even though you may not have gotten what you really wanted and it wasn't fair, you know, in the end, I think you won, all right? And I think that's what you have to look at, you know, it's over, you know, you can go back and fight it. Judgment's here, you know, we don't see the World card. Do you really want to continue because it wasn't fair, you know, the outcome? Or do you move on? And interestingly enough, this card flipped out while I was setting these cards down. This is the Four of Wands. I feel like you just move on. I feel like it's time to move on, all right? And just, you know, put this weight, this heavy burden that you've been carrying, whatever this issue has been that you've been dealing with, whether it's a divorce, whether it's, you know, a legal situation that deals with real estate or automobiles, whatever it was, you know, the fact that it's over now means that you can move on. You know, I don't think we're ever going to be happy with how things turn out, you know, because you know, we walked into a litigation, we walked into, you know, some situation that put us here where we need, you know, another party to tell us, you know, what's right and what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I feel as if, you know, even though it doesn't feel like you won, you did. All right. So for whoever needed to hear that, I feel like this was very specific because not all of us are going through any kind of legal situations, but for whoever you are, just know that, you know, this is finally going to open the door and you can move on from here. You know, just don't sit in it, all right? Let it go, Pisces. Let it go. Let it go. All right, that's what I've got for you today. Please take what works. Like I said, I don't feel it will resonate with everyone because it seemed very specific. But, you know, for whoever needed to hear it, there it is. All right, hit that like button. See you later. Bye now.